All right, guys, what's going on? We're here with Benny Florentino. First of all, thanks for giving us this little interview.
Oh, no worries, man.
Thanks for always giving us interviews and supporting us.
No, I'm supporting you guys. You guys do good stuff, man.
Thank you,
I appreciate it.
So let's start with this. You're getting a new boat.
Well, yes, it actually arrived this morning at like 1:30 in the morning, and I was so excited to met Nick, the owner of West Coast Marine, to see that beautiful 26-foot Camus hybrid, man, with a 400 Verado V10. And I was so excited. We were ripping that cover off it, and boy, exciting, man.
It felt good. So what's in the future for Coastal Charters?
Well, the future is, I've booked up trips in July, got some halfway through August, and just anxious to get my guests and friends on the boat and go fishing and experience that God, incredible vehicle, man. I'm blessed to be able to be part of the West Coast Marine family, and also just be part of Camus. Is that boat? You guys are sitting on the 28. We're sitting at the charcuterie board here up on the bow, and there's 4 of us just hanging out with plenty of room. We could have probably had 4 more friends up here. But
this 28's unreal.
This one's just over the top. So the 26 will be very similar. Looks exactly the same, except for it'll be 2 feet shorter, 6 inches narrower.
So it still has same height?
Same height, same depth. A single 400 Verado V10 instead of 2 300s. All new Humminbird electronics, Solix 12s, and then the new Minn Kota Instinct trolling motor. So pretty jazzed about getting that all put together.
Let me ask you this: my opinion is, I used to always say like, oh, I can't work without a fish finder.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I could lose the fish finder if I don't lose the trolling motor. The trolling motor is my favorite tool on the boat. Like I would, if I could only have one piece of equipment other than a single rod, number 2 is the trolling motor.
Yeah.
How do you like the new Instinct?
Well, I don't know. I could tell you in about 2 weeks after it's in. But to be honest, I was telling somebody about that the other day. Is that one of my other boats I had, when I got it, I was in between electronics, and I ran without electronics doing charters for 2 months. Mm-hmm. No trolling motor, no electronics, just running off my phone with an avionics and the compass. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my guests were tripping. They go, well, how do you know? I go, well, quick little tip: 0 will get you to land. Yep. Okay, 0 will get you to land. That's all you can remember. But with that avionics at $10 a year for the minimum price, it's less than $1 a month. Dude, you guys probably use it, right?
I'll go and like, oh, I haven't look at that.
Right?
I haven't checked out that.
Yeah.
Or I'll go like, oh, that's why we got bit there that time.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Yeah, and you could mark it, name it. I mean, it's just like a regular chart, and you just just got to take the time to use it. I mean, a lot of the common spots are already named on there, especially at the horseshoe, Isers. But it's a good way to just learn navigation.
I like to take it and have well, here's plan A, but here's B, C, D, E.
Absolutely.
And so we keep, if it's already planned out, you don't end up sitting there going, man, what should I do next? Hey, this isn't working, let's head over here.
And in my business, you always have to have a plan A through Z. Mm-hmm. Like I did my last trip, I went from PV where it was biting, guys were catching them in the morning, and then there was no bite. So I ran to horseshoe, I ran to Isers, then I ended up fishing the stuff that's been biting up at Dog Beach or Bolsa Chica. We ended up with 40 bass, nothing big, but catching, right? We all like catching.
We all like catching.
Catching is good.
So I want to ask you this, for all the people that maybe are intimidated to jump on a charter like with you, what do you have to say, like, for somebody who's just starting fishing and it's like, you know what, I want to do this?
Well, like I tell everybody else, one of my passengers, first time they came, he goes, man, you're like you're cool. You're easy to talk to. I mean, you're not. I go. I bleed just like you. I bleed like you. I just enjoy watching people catch, and I enjoy teaching. So if you're intimidated, just call me. Call me. We'll have a conversation. Talk about it. What you want to learn. What you want to try to do. If you want to just concentrate on trophies, I can't promise you that. But I tell you what, I'll promise you giving you information. I'll promise you, catching a few. And if we catch a good one, God, that would be just an incredible day.
That's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Huh?
Benny bleeds just like me and you. Only his is because he caught a 12-pounder. So we're kind of coming to the second half of winter.
Yep.
What, are you doing anything different as winter turns? I would even say winter kind of fully hit. It seems like the last couple of weeks that water temperature finally started dropping. What are you doing different right now?
Yeah, I'm just adjusting to the little hiccups we're getting. You know, we get like today. Today's like incredible weather, warm, offshore wind. Probably gonna warm it up for the next few days, and then we have wind and rain again.
So there's another big swell coming through.
Yeah, a big swell. So we have to adjust. What I do is try to adjust to what the fish are doing. I imagine today or tomorrow there's going to be a little bit of surface action because the water's back up again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's going to be up to 61 again. So you just got to find an area where there's bait, birds and good conditions and try to do that. But I'm probably not going to change what I'll do. For example, tomorrow, I'm fishing in the bay tomorrow. I have a bay trip tomorrow. So I'm just going to do my normal thing, fish the tide. Have a really good incoming tide in the morning, and then it has a really good steep drop in the afternoon. So I'm just going to adjust to that, fish the tide. But outside, I mean, I like fishing structure right this time of year. Structure seems the deal. I mean, as much as I'd want to fish shallow and fish big baits, gonna have to, fish to where the biting fish are.
Now, I've actually heard this comment a couple times from people like, "Oh, I'd really like to set up a trip with Benny, but I want to try to figure out when the good time's going to be." And what I always tell people is, I said, I could care less. I can go fish on my boat or even from the shore on a good time. I want to fish with Benny when it's bad, and I want to see how he adjusts because that's what I want to learn.
Everybody wants to fish the most optimum. I tell them, like, early summer, May, my clients have caught a 10-pounder in May, have caught a 10-pounder in July, caught a 10-pounder in August, and they've caught them in September. But in the middle of all that, they've caught 2 to 4 pounders with some 5s. So I just think I try to fish high, areas where I get some bites. See fish that are grouped together. You guys saw that one of the few times where you had birds and you guys got into a group of fish biting, and then it was done.
Yep.
And that's the way you have to really just keep your head on a swivel, watch what's going around your surroundings, and adjust to it. And that's what I do. If I go to PV, make 20 casts in an area, don't get bite, I'll go look for another zone that looks very similar, that looks biteable.
Me and Nick had that day too. When I looked around, I was like, there's I'm not seeing followers, I'm not seeing bait, I'm not seeing birds. We're out of here.
Time to move.
And it was the total opposite when we went out, right? It was so much life, so much birds everywhere, right? And it was active. So.
Yeah, and those are the signs, right? You see the signs that don't give you the most opportunity to catch. Then you see an area where there's life, and the fish are there. You see them on the graph. You see bait. They may not be up on top, but you flip a swim jig or a tube bait or one of the slug baits that you guys are fishing. Very successful. Very successful.
All right. So you heard it, guys. So Benny, again, thank you, and we're super excited to see you and what you're gonna do with your new Cayman.
Oh man,
I'm just saying, if you wanted us to come and film you on the new boat, we wouldn't say no. We wouldn't tell you no, we're not doing videos anymore.
Oh, I'd love to have you guys. No, seriously, love to have you guys. I mean,
man.
I enjoy doing these, and I appreciate the opportunity. You guys are, it's getting better. You guys do a great job.
Thank you, man.
Giving the information to all the anglers out there.
We're always excited to talk to you, Benny, and all the knowledge you bring.